learning new information about a deadly police-involved shooting on the north side. It involves a divorced couple, and the officer who fired his weapon has been previously named JSO Officer of the Year. Just got a photo of the man shot and killed by police. Channel 4's Kamasi Aaron is live at JSO headquarters downtown. Kamasi, tell us what's new.
Well, we're getting a little bit more information about what could have led to the incident yesterday on Lem Turner Road. We learned that this couple was recently talking about selling their home, and JSO says that may have led to some of the issues that led to eventually police firing and shooting and killing this man. Now, this couple has quite a history of domestic abuse, but yesterday I'm going to show you a picture of the man that police shot and killed. His name is 55-year-old Clifton Joel Day. JSO says detectives taking a lunch break from training saw him driving a blue and white pickup truck, and then they also saw that truck hit another car 3 times, sending both vehicles into the woods. And they said that's when they knew that something just wasn't quite right. So they pulled over and were talking to the people in the cars. The woman came out and said, "This is my ex-husband. He is trying to kill me." Her name is Sandra Day. We found out that this was indeed her husband in the pickup truck, and police say they went over and tried to make contact with him. They said initially he was being cooperative. He was responding. He was talking to them. JSO even says this man asked how his ex-wife was. He asked if she had been hurt. But then they say things kind of took a turn because one of the detectives, there were 3 on the scene, then another one came shortly thereafter. They saw a gun inside the car, and that's when JSO says they asked this man to get away from the gun. He had his hands on his head, but then detective said he made a sudden movement for that gun, and that's when one of the officers fired his rifle at this man 6 times, killing him. That was Detective Jared Reston. Now, JSO says they found a Beretta inside that car, and it was loaded. And they said it's always a difficult situation when an officer has to use deadly force. But Chief Hackney says, you know, just thinking about what was going on, this man, what was happening before him, following this woman on the car, he feels like things could have been much worse if officers hadn't stepped in.
This is, you know, broad daylight, heavily crowded traffic area. He's passing other vehicles to run her off the road, and that shows his intent to hurt or kill her or worse. So who knows, if we weren't there and he would have gotten out of that car, we could have had a domestic murder that occurred right there on the side of the roads.
And just a little bit more information about the Days, this couple. They had actually been married for 31 years, and Sandra Day filed for divorce in 2012 after being married for 31 years. What really prompted her to file for divorce and file an injunction against her ex-husband was an incident in December of 2011 where he was arrested for felony domestic battery against her. She issued a restraining order against him. JSO says he violated that restraining order 2 times, and he actually had to serve time in jail, the first time for 60 days, the second time for 90 days. So quite a history here between this couple of domestic violence. She lived out in Jacksonville Beach. Police there were actually called out to her house 6 times over issues of domestic abuse. So of course we're continuing to follow this story and figure out just more information about this couple and what led to the incident that happened yesterday. Reporting live, Kamasi Aaron, Channel 4, the local station.